Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Letitia Campbell, and I'm your number one email marketing strategist, CEO and founder of the Campbell Success Network, and the creator of my Emailpreneur Tribe, which is where I teach, train, and coach my clients on how to secure the bag through email marketing. And what we're going to be talking about on today's show is, are you preparing your business for email marketing growth? Okay, this is sort of a productivity segmentation, a productivity conversation that I want to talk to you guys about. I meant to go live over the weekend, but y'all, it's a lot going on. Okay, so as you guys are rolling on in, do me a quick favor and go ahead and type in hashtag live. I want to make sure that my comments are working. Okay, give me some reactions. I want to make sure that everything is working because I have not gone live in a couple of days. So I want to make sure all of my features is working. Let me actually tag my assistant here real quick because I did not tell her that I was going to go live. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Okay, before I came on here, before I went live, I took me a nap. Now, at first I was really fighting taking a nap. I woke up really early this morning, got the kids ready for school, cleaned the house, put 2 loads in the laundry so far. And probably around, I would say 12 o'clock today, I started to feel a little sleepy. And I was fighting it. I was like, no, Tisha, don't go to sleep. So don't go to sleep because you got to get this done. You got to get that done. Don't go to sleep. And then I said, we're in the season of Lent. This is this week. Today's Monday and this is the kickoff of Holy Week. And I was like, Tisha, you got to give yourself a little bit more grace. You got to give yourself a little more grace. When you left your full-time corporate job, you were 35 years old. Okay, y'all, I left my full-time corporate job 6 years ago, okay, to run this business full-time, to run all of my businesses full-time. And I was 35 years old then, okay. I'm 41 now, okay. When I left my full-time corporate job, I would be working my business a lot throughout the day. There was actually times where I didn't go to sleep until like 5 a.m. the following morning. Call me crazy. It was not a crazy thing for me. It wasn't an abnormal thing for me. I was just so excited about being a full-time entrepreneur and being a full-time mom. And I did everything I could my first, I would say, 4 to 5 years of my business to make sure that I would not ever have to go back to a job. So now that I'm 41, somebody type in the word 41. Okay, I ain't ashamed to say my age and never will be ashamed. My body is different. My body needs a nap. So I, had to really give myself grace today. And I said, Letitia, girl, you about to do some amazing things today. Okay. Girl, go. Why Tori is, y'all know. So if y'all don't know, I have 5 children. Okay. I have 5 children. So y'all seeing all this is connecting, right? I have 5 kids. 2 of them go to school. 4 of them go to school during the day. And I have my youngest, who's 3. Her name is Tori. She stays home with me. She will be starting pre-K in September. I'm so excited and nervous at the same time. I'm going to be a mess. I'm telling y'all that right now. I told my husband that on her first day of school, he's going to have to take her into school because I'm going to be crying. Okay, I'm going to be a mess. Those of you who know me well, everything that has to do with my kids, I cry. I even cried on Sunday when my youngest son, Warren, stood up in front of the church and said a speech. And he mentioned me in his speech, and I was a mess. I was crying. I was a mess. So I cry every time, anything, whether it's graduations, birthdays, they sick. I'm just a waterhead. Back in the day, y'all ever heard that term waterhead? Type in me. Nobody says it waterhead anymore right now. I know maybe that's a triggering or sensitive word to say nowadays. Back then, man, listen, we were built different. But anyway, I'm a little bit of waterhead when it comes to my kids. So anyway, going back to today, I took a nap, probably about a 90-minute nap, and I feel good. Okay, Hey, Therese, can you see and hear me good? I went into a little bit of a rant, but I felt like somebody needed to hear this information who's over 40. Yes, so I took a nap and I feel good. And I'm so happy that I gave myself grace, so happy I gave my body time to recharge after getting up, not rushing, but getting the kids prepared for the day to go to school, getting the laundry started. Y'all, if this is your first time watching me, you want to probably hear me talk about laundry all the time, because one thing that I know that I cannot get behind on is washing clothes. Come on now. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. We're going to wait a couple of seconds, honey. I just want to make sure Therese lets me know she can see and hear me. Okay, good. Therese just said yes. The comment just came up. If I don't get y'all comments right away, the comments are somewhat delayed. So, yes, just be patient. If you're watching the replay, okay, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and type in #replay. I love those of you who come back, or if you missed the live and you're like, oh, let me watch this, watch the replay. I so appreciate each and every one of you who come back and watch the replay to all of my live shows. I'm really, really in a deep appreciation for you. So if you comment on the replay, I will respond. Okay. So if you are, just a quick announcement before we get started, because just like I have new people who come to watch my lives, I also have a lot of individuals who are clients of mine. So if you are a client of mine and you happen to be catching this on the replay, you're on live right now, go ahead and type in #tribe. I want to make a couple announcements before I get into today's conversation. Last week was awesome. Okay, so if you're in my list building bootcamp, or if you're inside of my Emailpreneur Sales Academy, or if you're inside of my inner circle, is that Tasha? Is that Tasha? I'm trying to remember. Is that Tasha who I met in Orlando, Florida? Is that you, sis? Hey, sis! Is that you? Let me know if that's you. Okay, because I have a few Tashas who follow me, and your profile picture is different. So I want to make sure. Is that Tasha from SBBF? Is that you? Let me know. Okay, if that's somebody else, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm a sister, honey. When I recognize people, I go crazy. Tamika Hicks. Thank you so much for hopping on, my girl, Miss Tamika Hicks. Thank you for joining us. Yes, y'all are going in the building. It's you. Hey, Tasha. Me and you will never part, my feet. Yes, thank you for joining the show, Tasha. Thank you. How you been? Who is that man in your profile? Is that your hubby? Oh my goodness. Yes, honey. I want to give a shout out to all of our husbands, honey. My husband came to church with me on Sunday. Now, he normally comes to church once a month. And y'all, don't y'all come for me. I let my husband decide. I go to church every Sunday. But I let him decide, because, he works, and, he's tired and all the things. He got to rest up his body. If he wants to drop us off, I'm good with him dropping me and the kids off at church. But he did come to church on Sunday, honey. And I was proud to be sitting next to my man. I was like all snuggled up in his arm, honey. And I was like, yes, honey, this is my man. Okay, it's my husband, honey. Okay. Oh, that's hubby. Okay. Yes, let me tell you something. While we're at church on Sunday, normally, the pastor, what he does, at the end of church service is he asks the congregation, he says, is there any wedding anniversaries, any upcoming wedding anniversaries that you guys want to come to the altar? So if you are about to have a upcoming wedding anniversary, let's say this is the month of your wedding anniversary, you can come up to the altar and he'll bless you. So a couple came up to the altar, and he asked them, how long have you been married? And the couple said 56 years. 56 years. Okay. And so when he said, when the whole congregation was like, wow, that's amazing, 56 years, right? And he says, when that happens, it's a teaching moment for him. And he said, I know that when you're married that long, it's never always bliss, right? You know how people say, I had blissful 56 years with my husband. It's never bliss. Okay, it's never like happily married, right? I never said I never say, oh, my husband and I have been happily married for such and such number of years. Okay? Happily married, right? Also, Tasha said, we got to catch up, sending you my number in PM. Yes, do that. Do that. Send me your phone number. Right? Because when I got married, well, before I got married, I made a commitment to God. Okay? I made a commitment to God because for me, marriage is a union. It's a governmental union that God has blessed, right, us with it's a commitment. Okay? It's a promise. So I made a promise to God that I say, God, I will love you more than my husband. Always allow me to love you more than my husband. And when I share this with people, especially certain people, who are religious or spiritual, they say, I don't think that that's a good promise to make, right? You should love your husband. No, I'm going to love God more than my husband because the years my husband and I have been together for April, next month will be 22 years. 22 years. So we almost reached the halfway point of this couple that stood up on this yesterday's Sunday service. And for 22 years, I wasn't always happy with him. No, ma'am. I wasn't always excited to be married, But again, it's my commitment to God, right? And to the union and his meaning and representation of marriage that has said, you know what? We're going to stick through this storm because it's temporary. We're in the season of Lent, y'all. This week is Holy Week. We're celebrating the crucifixion of Jesus. And I was talking to my pastor this morning, and one of the things he said, and I wrote notes, y'all. Come look at my notes. I wrote 2 pages of notes, honey. I was on the phone with him this morning, and he said, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, right? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday it's like a lead into Easter, right? It's a lead into Easter. It's a lead into, honoring the blood that Jesus has shed for us on the cross, right? And that's a huge thing for me. Huge thing for me because sometimes, how many of y'all have been happy, right? Type in 1 if you've ever been happy. I'm not even talking about marriage. I was just saying in general, married, not married. How many of y'all have ever felt the feeling? Type in 1 if you ever felt the feeling and the emotion of happiness. You're excited, you're smiling, you're jumping up and down, right? Type in 1. Type in 2, right? If you ever felt sad, if you ever felt like, man, I'm sad, I'm disappointed, I'm annoyed, right? I'm annoyed. I'm upset. You may not be expressing your sadness, but type in 2 if you ever felt it on the internal. Hey, Waikita, I see you, sis. Waikita! Right? Type in 2. Now I'm going to slow my words down. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull up my notes here on my computer. Yes. And, Teresa, if you haven't shared this out, go. If you guys, I know Teresa has shared this out already. Those of you who are watching, if you haven't shared this out, please share this out because I do have a message to share. Okay? Yes. So type in 1 if you ever felt happy. Type in 2 if you ever felt sad. Okay? Okay. Sometimes, and I'm just speaking to those of you who are in the spirit of transparency. I'm speaking to those of you who are in the spirit of honesty. In life, particularly in my life, I always like to use myself as a reference and an example. I'm 41 years old and, I've left my corporate job at 35 years old. I've been with my husband now going on for 22 years and celebrating the art of marriage and celebrating the gift of just living, right? You're not, there's times in your life where you're going to be happy and when you're going to have joy and you may be having increase in one factor of your life. And at the same time, you're living in despair. And I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's watching this right now, right? Right now, the number 1 and the number 12 are intertwining, right? They're intertwining where you're feeling like, well, I'm happy in this part of my life, but I'm also sad and depressed on this part of my life. Okay. And Jesus went through the same thing, y'all. Okay. Come on. We're in the season of Lent. Jesus went through the same thing where he had complete joy and then he had complete sadness at the same time. And when that moment came up, he looked to God and said, Lord, let it be your will and not mine. So I'm speaking to you who may be watching this, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this on the replay, it doesn't matter. And I'm speaking to you who is going through both. You're going through 1 and you're going through 12, going through 1 and you're going through 2 at the same time, all at the same time in your life. And it's okay to feel like, what's going on? But also I want to give you some advice. And in this moment, I want you to do the same thing that Jesus did and look to God and say, God, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I got people who are for me over here, and I have a whole bunch of people who are against me over here, right? It's interesting how I told y'all to type in 1 and type in 2, because the biblical meaning of 12 is, you know what? Jesus did have 12 disciples, didn't he? Yes or no? And there were some disciples who were for him, right? And there's some disciples who were not for him. Okay, but even in all that, God was using the ones who were for him and the ones who were against him too at the same time. Come on now. And I want to tell you guys, when there are moments in your life where you're going through sadness and when you're going through happiness, when you like, this is my number 12 day, I want you to look to God and say, God, let your will be done, not mine. Because obviously things are out of control and things are out of your control. Okay. So I wanted to just give you all that message real quick. So listen, let's get into today's conversation. So you guys know I love talking about email marketing. That's always the main topic. Hey, LaShawn. Hey, girl. Hey. That's always LaShawn the Dawn. That's always the main topic of all my lives, all my shows. But today I want to really talk about what's keeping many of you from even focusing on email marketing, right? So I always get this question that asks a lot of me. You know, people ask, well, Letitia, you're a wife, you have 5 children. How do you manage your day? How do you get things done? Okay. My answer to that is always, not every day I get everything done, right? Most times, you like my hair, LaShawn? You know, my daughter picked this color. Okay, she picked this color. Yes, she did. On Saturday, before I got my hair braided. She was like, "Mom, you always get the same color. You always get brown, or you always get either the number 2, which is like a brown, but it's like a darker brown. Get a different color. You about to step into spring, right? It's springtime. Get color." So I said, "Okay, choose." And she chose this color. It's still brown, okay. But I compromised. I added a little bit of blonde. I had my girl added a little bit of, this is like a reddish color. This is a light blonde, light brown. It's a mix. It's a mixture, but it's still my type of brown, but it's a mix. Okay. So shout out, this is all credit to my daughter. But people ask me this question a lot, and y'all share with me what keeps you organized, what keeps you on point each day in your business, so that way you could focus on building your email list and hey Tamara, and engaging with your email subscribers and all the things, right? For me, okay, as a wife, a mother of 5 kids, I'm heavily involved in my church. I'm heavily involved in the activities and functions that go on at my kids' schools and all the things. Is for me, I'm a Google Calendar girl. I'll repeat that again. I am a Google Calendar girl. Every single day, I don't care if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, even on Sundays, I literally take an inventory of what I do. I take an inventory of my time, hour by hour, minute by minute. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example. Today I already had my schedule backed out. I said, you know what? I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to get the kids ready for school. I'm going to clean up the house. I even said that I'm going to cook dinner in the morning. So that way, by the time the kids come from school, you know, they have their dinner ready, right? LaShawn says, I'm not organized. You got to get organized, honey. And so I said, okay, I'm going to do that the first half of the day. Then I'm going to get some IPAs done. Then I'm going to go live. Then I had a meeting at 10:30 a.m. And then I was going to get the kids in the afternoon. And then I'm going to get their homework done. I'm going to also share what the notes my pastor called me this morning. So I'm going to share the notes that he told me to share with them. And then I have a vestry meeting at 7. So after 7 o'clock, after the vestry meeting, I'm going to bed. I'm not even going to, crack open my laptop, right? So I have that all time blocked on my calendar. Now, around 12:30, I just told y'all I started to feel sleepy. I'm 41 years old. I got to take naps, right? I got to take naps, right? How many of y'all, that's Tori, y'all. She's fine. She's watching the movie Barbie. So she gets excited when Barbie comes out. Anyway, I have to have my naps, okay? Whether it's a 30-minute nap or a 90-minute nap, I got to take a nap. So my body was feeling kind of tired around 12:30 today. So I took a nap and then I got up and did live. So me taking a nap actually pushed back my schedule a little bit, right? So I didn't get no IPAs done just yet. So I pushed that till later on this afternoon. All right. But I do that because I have to have intention in my day. I know I pronounced it wrong, but I have to have some form of purpose or some form of organization in my day of when I'm going to get things done at what time. Right. And I think that's so important that if you're trying to grow your email list or have any type of growth in your business, okay, you have to time block. Listen, if you're trying to be successful in your business, you have to time block. You have to take an inventory of your time. All right. Or else you will be wasting time and other people will be wasting your time at the same time. Okay. Does everybody understand that? Type in me if you understand that. Go ahead and type in me. Is that number one, you gotta time block and you have to take inventory of your time. So let's say you're like me. You're like, you know what? I can't get no IPAs done right now. I feel tired. And I want to make sure that if I'm out there following up with people and I'm out there connecting with people and I'm out there messaging people and sending emails, I got to be at my high energy. Because if 3 people tell me no and I'm tired, I'm a take that internally and think that my business sucked and think that I suck and think that I'm not going to be successful. I'm going to, what's the word I want to say? It's right at the tip of my tongue. But I'm going to really I'm trying to misappropriate my feelings. Really, I'm feeling tired, but I'm not allowing my body to recharge and rest for a certain period of time, right? Before I start handling a huge task that will forcibly allow me to take my emotions into it in a wrong way. Okay. Tamara said, hey, we're on spring break here, but the weather is not. What? Girl, I was telling somebody today, I feel like I live in New York, so I feel like the weather, what state you live in, Tamara? I feel like the weather is bipolar. It really is. Well, my kids are not on spring break yet. They're not on spring break until April 22nd. But they will be off Friday and Monday. So it's like a pre-spring break. So I'm hoping the weather's good, right? Yeah. I hope. Oh, thank you, LaShawn, for the me. So that's what I do. You know what I mean? And again, I took a nap and then I readjusted. That's one thing about when you time block or when you're scheduling your day, don't get upset with yourself. If, let's say, you wanted to get a certain thing done in a certain hour, but for whatever reason, emergency came up or the laundry took too long to get dry and you had to keep going back and, putting time on the machine, or you felt sleepy and you need to take a nap, then say, you know what? I'm going to adjust my time. You have control over that. And don't feel bad because you do it, because you're the one that is setting the tone for your day. Okay? You're the one that's setting the tone for your day. Right? Tamara said, me, very necessary. Yes, it's very necessary that you schedule out your day, that you time block, right? That you take an inventory of your time. It's very important that you do that, right? Tasha said, energy management is key to productivity. Yeah. So I'm glad you said that, Tasha. Managing my energy is vital to my business. Okay. Because, certain tasks that we do in our business, like for me, IPAs, my income producing tasks, they do take a lot of energy out of me. It takes a lot of, because it's me corresponding back and forth with people. It's me trying to break people out of their limiting beliefs about their business, about email marketing, all the things. So a lot of times as we're out there pitching and offering what we do, we're going to get no's. You may get a lot of no's before you get yeses, but if we're in that spirit of if your energy is down, if you're in that spirit of I'm tired, right? And you're trying to connect with people and people are telling you no, you're going to internalize that. All those things are going to work against you, right? So I had to recharge today. I said, listen, I'm going to recharge. Yes, absolutely, I'm going to recharge. Oh, real quick, I got a couple of announcements. I got a couple of announcements before I move on to the next thing. If you're a client of mine, go ahead and type in #tribe. I was starting off my announcements earlier in the live, but then I got sidetracked and started talking about something else. Go ahead and type in #tribe if you're in my list building bootcamp, if you're inside of my emailpreneur sales academy, if you're inside of my inner circle. Go ahead and type in #tribe, right? Go ahead and type in #tribe. Let me just open up my calendar. Yes. All right, put my email. All right. Yes, #tribe. Okay. Thank you, LaShawn. Thank you, Tamara. Hey, Denise. How are you doing, love? Thank you so much for joining the show. All right. So first things first, tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Somebody put that in the chat real quick. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hold on one second. I got to pull up the topic before, because we got several things we're going to be discussing throughout the next 3 weeks. Last week, I did a training on A/B testing. If you're a client of mine in my bootcamp, my academy, or if you're in my inner circle, the replay to that is already on the client portal. So you got to log into the client portal. You got to log into the client portal to watch the replay. Okay, it's there. If you're having issues logging into the portal, please send me a message and I'll help you out with that. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, which is 26, 8:30 p.m. East. Thank you, LaShawn. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about how to optimize your opt-ins. How to optimize your opt-ins. Okay, your email opt-ins. Okay. So we're going to be talking about that on tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. That's the only training that we will be having this week. I'm thinking about, and this came on my spirit today, I'm thinking about doing like another training this week on top of that one. Probably, hold on, let me look at my schedule here. Because this week is Holy Week, so I'm going to be at church on Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday. So, Okay, let me scratch that. We're not going to do no. We're only going to, okay, so Tuesday is going to be the only day we're going to have a training. I don't want to overwhelm myself. Why does this say, hold on. Something popped up on my schedule that's not supposed to be there. Let me delete that. I'm going to delete that. Okay. This is why I have Google Calendar, honey. I love it. Yes. Yes, how to optimize your opt-in. So when on tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be tomorrow. Yes, we'll be talking about that topics. And that will be the only training for this week, okay? Yeah, I have no space to fit in any other trainings. I was going to do like a bonus training on how to make sure that your email, how to make sure that your back end is set up. Because a lot of times you gotta look at your back end, like you gotta look at your email marketing as like a funnel. So I wanted to do a topic talking about how, before you think about creating that process or funnel, what have you, how to make sure that everything else is set up appropriately first. But we're looking at my Google Calendar. I'm not going to be able to fit that in because Wednesday is service. Thursday, we have another service. And Friday is Good Friday. Okay, so I definitely can't do nothing on Good Friday. And Saturday, can't happen on Saturday. So, and Sunday is Easter service. So, yeah. Y'all, I have 2 dresses that for Easter service that I'm like in between wearing. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you doing, sis? So, yeah. So, again, like I said, I time block, I get my day organized, and it's just very important that you do that so that way you are organized, okay? So I'm going to give y'all some really quick tips on how to stay organized in your business, right? Some of these you already have heard before, but I put my perspective on it as a mother of 5, as somebody who runs a business full time, and what have you. And also, before I get into that, I was thinking about doing like a course. This course will only be available for my clients, though. Please don't inbox me asking me, "Oh, Letitia, when you're going to do the course?" I don't have a date. God had just put this on my spirit, and I'm just going to run with it, right? But I don't have a date of when I'm going to do this. But my course is going. I want to do a course on how to prepare yourself mentally before you leave a job. Like everyone's talking about. I'm gonna help you quit your job. I'm gonna teach you how to quit your job and all these things, but they're not teaching. What I'm not seeing is people teaching you how to mentally prepare for that, and mentally prepare yourself before and after you leave your job. Okay, so I really want to do a course on that. So y'all type in the number 3 if that's something that is a good idea or that's a good topic to talk about. Okay. Go ahead and type in 3 in the comments. Yes. Hey, Jacqueline. Tasha said healthy boundaries. Yes, it's very important that in life and in business that you create healthy, that you not just create, but that you enforce. Because we can create boundaries all day, but if we're not enforcing them, right? It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing, right? Jacqueline says she's doing great. I'm glad you're doing great on this Monday, Jacqueline. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Jacqueline. You like my hair? Y'all like my hair? This color had to grow on me, but I'm really loving it because we're stepping into spring. Hey, Miss Ford. And I want to wear colors from now on. I want to get colors. I want to be colorful. Okay. That pertains to my hair, my clothing, my jewelry, everything. I'm so used to wearing black. I want to be colorful. All right. Let's get into tip number 1. Tip number 1 on how to stay organized in your business so that way you can focus on email marketing, right? Those of you who just hopped on, my name is Letitia Campbell, and I'm your number 1 email marketing strategist. I believe that every woman deserves the right to be financially independent so that she can design the life that she deserves. If you don't see the link in the comments here, I'm about to do an upcoming training on AI for email marketing. It's free for you to join. All you have to do is go to bit.ly/AI for email marketing. I hope it's pinned. It's not showing up as pinned on my screen, but I do see it here pinned to the comments on my computer here. All right, so go ahead and go to bit.ly/AI for email marketing to go ahead and register. Okay, number 1 is you got to make a to-do list. Yes. You have to write things down. You have to write down what you're going to do. You have to write down for what you need to prepare for. You got to make a to-do list. Okay. If you're trying to be successful when it comes to email marketing and you want to carve out more time to create your email list, to grow your email list, to engage with your email subscribers, you got to write it down. You got to create a to-do list. Email marketing is an ongoing thing. People ask me, I've been asked in the past, why do you have clients who work with you for a long period of time? Because email marketing doesn't just start and stop. Okay. It's not something like learning how to make graphics or learning how to manage your social media or learning how to create a business plan. There's starting and stopping to that. That's why I call myself a strategist and not a coach. Even though some people call me a coach, I'm more of a strategist, because email marketing is something that you're always going to be implementing in your business forever. There's never going to be a time, right, or a season where you're not going to be sending out emails. Okay, you're always going to be sending out emails to your email subscribers. So it's an ongoing thing. So now that you know that it's an ongoing thing, know that you're going to always have email marketing on your to-do list. Okay, you're always going to be having email marketing tasks on your to-do list. So you have to create a to-do list. All right. Another thing is you got to delegate too. Right? Whenever I'm having discovery calls with people who are interested in learning more about what I do, learning more about how to become a client, if you're interested in booking a discovery call with me, it's going to be a 15-minute discovery call, super quick. All you have to do is send me a message here on Facebook. But whenever I'm having a discovery call with people now, my discovery calls are not coaching calls, okay? And I make that clear when we schedule it. It's right there. Say, listen, this is a discovery call, not a strategy session, okay? But whenever I'm having discovery calls with people, and I always say, you know, are you, what type of person, what type of entrepreneur are you, right? Like what point in your life are you, one or two? So one is, you're like, listen, you're an entrepreneur and you love to learn and do everything yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Or are you number two? Right? Are you number two, where you, like me, you don't have time to do everything in your business. You don't have the time to wear multiple hats in your business. So you need to delegate. You need people to maybe write your emails for you and also schedule your emails for you. So somebody could say, well, there's ChatGPT. I can create 20 emails in ChatGPT, but do you have time to schedule all those 20 emails? Do you have time to go in and manage your analytics inside of your email service provider? Do you have time to A/B test yourself and wait for the results? Do you have time? No, a lot of people don't have time, right? So I service 1 and 2. I service the entrepreneurs who want to learn from me on how to do it all themselves. And I also service the ones that don't have time to do it. They don't even have time to learn it, right? I have some clients who like, listen, I love what you do, Tisha, but I don't got time to go into your client portal and watch all those videos. No, do you have somebody to do it for me? Get somebody else to do it. So those are the type of individuals, you know, that I work with, you know, and I have services for both, right? I have services for both. But again, you got to learn what you want to delegate. What are some of the things in your business that you want to do and you know that you need to do when it comes to your email marketing, but you don't have time to do? And if you do have time to do it, you have to carve out time, i.e. your to-do list, to get those things done. All right. So listen, everybody, I hope you guys got a lot of guidance. I hope you ladies have received a lot of insight from watching today's show. We'll be back on tomorrow. I have no clue what time, but I will be returning tomorrow. But again, don't forget to go and register for my free AI for email marketing training by going to bit.ly/AI for email marketing. It's all lowercase. It's going to be a pre-recorded training. I will be releasing it this week. So make sure that you are on my email list so that way you go ahead and get it. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, don't forget, get out there and dominate, because it's time to design the life that you, in fact, deserve. Till next time, happy Holy Week. Bye, guys.